Hello everyone. In a few minutes we will be joined by Proper Bantah's first esteemed guest, a young East African feminist who is so destined for success that we had to get her on before the world caught wind of her. She's a current third-year student at Brandeis University whose story is nothing short of extraordinary. Thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Rasheed Peters. Let's Bantah. All right, so how do you pronounce your name? Because I feel like I can pronounce it, but the people who have, everyone who I've spoken to pronounces it differently. So I'm gonna try, okay? And tell me if I'm wrong, we're gonna figure it out. So it's not Sahra, it's not Sarah, it's Sahra.
Yes, close.
Close, all right, so how do you do it?
Zahra.
Okay, so, all right, break it down for me. So like a Z.
No, it's Zah.
Zahra.
Ra.
So Zahra.
Yes.
Zahra. so that's your name. Do you know like if it has like a specific meaning or like backstory to it or?
Yeah. So the word Zahra in Arabic is rose, the flower rose, and also it's one of the names of the one of the children of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him.
I did some research on my name, like I think it was like 2 years ago, and I found out that it's also like Arabic. I think it means thinker or counselor.
Yeah, it's also one of the 99 names that Allah has.
Rasheed?
Yeah.
Really? Whoa. Okay.
So usually people are not called just Rasheed. They have Abdul Rasheed, which is the servant of the most thinker, like, yeah. So.
Oh, so it's like, for example, like Rasheed's like the big or the Eternals, and then everyone's like Abdus, like you serve.
Yeah, you serve the one who has that, the most of that thing, yeah, whatever it is.
Interesting. All right, so I have a fun question for you.
Okay.
Well, what would you say is like your favorite food?
My favorite food, I love rice with banana.
Rice with banana. Okay, so what with banana? That's like a word.
It's a Somali thing.
So you eat banana with like
Yeah,
everything?
we do eat banana with everything.
So if I give you some pizza right now, you're gonna like put some banana on
Not
it?
pizza, I would say, but with everything else, yeah.
Okay, so you've been in America how long now?
I will say, for now, it's almost 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Okay. For those of you who are watching, me and Sahra are in the same scholarship program, so we're both international students. Yeah. Weens for life, I guess. But what was it like, you know, leaving your country, leaving Somaliland, and coming to America?
It was tough because, you know, living a place that you get used to and you're familiar with things is always tough. And going to a place that's strange and you don't know anything, and you know, all you know is like things you see in movies. But I did not grow up watching a lot of movies, so my knowledge about the United States was not like, you know, fully informed.
It was like really limited.
Yeah.
Same.
So you know, I was afraid, but then because I had a passion for education, which I still have it, that like overcame my fear, you know, the love of education and, you know, my goals and things that I wanted to accomplish overcame my fear. So I was ready to conquer all these things. Yeah,
I really relate to that because like people ask me all the time, it's like, why did you leave Jamaica and like come to America? And it's like, I love my country. Like there's nothing else like in this world, like no other place that I will like love more for my entire life. But I feel like there was a lot that I wanted to achieve. Like I had really big goals that I feel like I couldn't get the resources and the opportunities that I needed there to like achieve them. So even though, you know, like, you know, the patriotism is there and like you feel like a sense of responsibility to your culture and to your people, like, you know, you want to come abroad and you want to do the big things so you can like go back and help.
Yeah, and I believe that if you can't help yourself, there's no way you can help other people.
100%.
Yeah, so you have to put yourself in a position where you are able to do things that are amazing, and if you can do that for yourself first, you can do it for other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if your country is not there yet to give you things like that, it's good that you make a sacrifice for something that will forever last. Your education, the education you have may be something that you can use in a way that you can, you know, maybe even improve the education system in your country in ways that goes along with the culture and things that are important to the people.
Spot on. You said that well.
I'm really excited, I'm really hungry, and I just want to see what this turns out into, but what are we making today?
So today we are making beignet. It is a Senegalese snack. It's made of flour, sugar, and evaporated milk.
Okay.
So you mix all of that, and then it comes out this, and then you fry it.
In Jamaica we have a snack. Like it's kind of like this. It's called fritters though. Like you can make it with like fish, like a type of fish called saltfish. I think it's called like codfish here in America, but it's just like flour, water, and like saltfish and like seasoning. It's like really good. Like just like how you're dropping it right now. You drop it the same way, or you can like make it with like bananas as well. That's like my favorite.
So because I'm Somali and Somalis like banana.
Hey,
once they tried to put banana in it for the sake of me, so I can see how
it turns out.
Yeah, but it didn't turn out good. It was better without the banana.
Without the bananas.
Yeah.
Like cooking is one of my favorite things. At one point in life, I wanted to be a chef, like when I was really younger, and I tried cooking and it didn't go so well. I think one of my dreams is to have like a restaurant that like infuses like Jamaican food with like other types of food.
Wow.
So like you have like Chinese Jamaican food.
In one place?
Yeah, like dishes that like combine the two, like, you know, so just like different thing, like Nigerian, Jamaican food, like just like really cool stuff.
So mixed
like,
it?
Yeah, pretty much.
I hope
it
turns
it's
out
like
good.
you take like some elements of like, you know, Jamaican cooking and like mix it with other cooking, so it's like a fusion of like different cultures. I think that'd be cool.
So you take it a little bit.
The beignet expert. So just like fill the cup and then drop it.
Yes.
Look at masterpiece, guys. Wow. Wow. And then just keep doing that, right?
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Okay. I will be updating my resume.
I bet you can make it.
If anyone's hired.
Yeah.
I'm excited to try it.
Yep. You can try some
Okay,
now.
I can't wait. I'm sorry. Here goes. It's hot. It's hot. Trying my best to not react, but I'm being burnt. Okay, ready? Hey, huh? I'm a fan. Yeah, I have the sweetness. Like it has the sweetness.
Yeah, it has sugar in it.
I like it. It's all soft and airy. Whenever I eat good food, I have to dance. I'm having a good time. So if you give me food and you want to know if like I really like it, just probably dancing.
Since you've been in America, a little birdie told me that you've rubbed shoulders with some very popular and famous people. I heard about some Kelly Rippers and Anderson Coopers. Tell me a bit more about that.
Oh yeah, honestly the story is very interesting.
All right, let's go.
So it's long, but I will try to make it short. Anderson Cooper came to my high school, Aparto, to do a segment for 60 minutes. So this school is owned by an American guy named Jonathan Starr. It was founded in 2009, and it's the only school that was that sends students to college in the United States, but also other places in the world. And like the story, a lot of people heard about it, and it was like it seemed very interesting to a lot of people. And 60 Minutes wanted to do a segment so that they could show the world like what this guy was doing there, and like how hardworking these students are, and just to show the world that sometimes the opportunities are the only things that limit the abilities that people have. But abilities are everywhere. You know, we have people who are smart, we have people who are not there, but we have people who are dedicated. But some people in this world just don't have the opportunity
the opportunities
to show the skills and the abilities they have. So this guy, which I am very grateful to, like gave that opportunity to students like me and other people. So 60 Minutes wanted to do that. And Anderson Cooper was the person who was running this show. Yeah. While him and I was just talking, I asked him, "Oh, do you know Kelly Ripa?" So I used to watch Kelly Ripa's show.
Live with like Kelly and
Right. So on YouTube. So I asked him, I said, "Do you know Kelly Ripa?" Him and Kelly Ripa are best friends, which I didn't know. Yeah. And he was like, "Yeah, I know her." I said that, and he pulled out his phone, and he was like, "I'm going to take a video of you telling her that you are a fan of her." And he took a video of me saying like, "Oh, hey, Kelly, I'm a fan of you." That time she won she got the Hollywood star, that's what they call it, right?
Yeah, so she got her star.
Yeah. So I congratulate her for that. And he sent the video to her. And then she sent a video back saying like, "Oh my God, I'm so happy I have a fan."
What do you feel when
all the way from there?
That?
Yeah. And she was like, "If you ever come to the United States, please let me know, so I will, so we can meet and then invite you to my show." So when I came here, I forget about this story. I was like, maybe this is not possible. Sometimes, it's like, true. Someone who is that level and, you just send a video, you never know if it's going to work out. So I didn't put my hopes very high. The 60-minute people contact me and they were like, "We have this person who knows one of the executive producers of Kelly's talk show.
Right, yeah.
So they will get you a VIP ticket and you will go to see her." So I went to see her. It was so nice, such a beautiful human being. And that's how her and I just bonded. And I think it became something bigger. It's just, I don't even, she changed my perception of people who have money and all of that, because she has everything, but if you meet her, it's just like, she's a human being like me who strives every day to be a better person. Yeah, so that's how we...
Cool, you have some really cool friends, I guess. So just touching back on Anderson Cooper and their Barca school, I watched that 60-minute special, and what I found really interesting is that all the students who go to Barca don't speak English. At first, but everything at a Barca is taught in English. Yeah. So what was that experience like for you?
Oh, it was tough. Yeah. It was really tough. And especially me, I graduated, from middle school, I graduated with the highest score in the entire country.
And you were the first girl to do that, right? And
I was the first girl to do that. It was really tough to go to school where everything was taught in English. And when you're a student who already said, you know yourself that you're really, I achieved that level where I was the first student, but then coming to Barca humbled me because English was not something I was good at it at all at that time. So I had to work very hard. There was a time that I wanted to quit, honestly. And I was like, I can't do this. But then I did not. I was like, if there is a way that I could achieve my goals and things that I want to do in the future, I should, do this, because I saw that Barca was the way to my goals. And yeah, so it was really tough. But then another thing I learned through that journey is that nothing is easy in life, and especially things that are very precious and important and valuable all require hard work and sacrifice, I tried my best to practice speaking English with my foreign teachers, and I tried to do a lot of other things that could help me, speak well, and that turned out to be successful, because I was dedicated to do it.
And just like going off that and like thinking about like the culture around education in Somaliland, do you feel that people should have to fight for education?
Education should be a right that every human being on this earth should have, because you know what education does for a person. It doesn't only make you a person who is intellectually rich, but it makes you a person who enhances like their perceptions and other things. Like it gives you the ability to control yourself,
Yes.
while others will not be able to control. Because once you are not educated, it's easy other people to take advantage of your innocence. I'll not say ignorant, but like your innocence. So education is a key to a lot of things, not only intellectually becoming someone aware of things, but also being able to figure out things for yourself and reading. And in my country, when I started school, so at that time there were not kindergarten, so I didn't go to kindergarten. I started from first grade. Not that many people were dedicated to educate girls. Now it changed, honestly. This year, more girls graduated from college than than boys in my country, which makes me so happy, because when I started, it wasn't a thing, Knowing that not a lot of people believed that education was something that also good for the girls, made me even more,
Made you want it more, like
to show that,
to
show that this is something that anyone needs. It doesn't matter what gender, you are.
I remember there was a point where you were standing with like the other girls in the school, and you were like, one day we're gonna be the ministers of education, and like the ministers in this country, we're gonna run the country. Do you still share that dream? Do you still have that one?
Yes, I think maybe now I don't think I will be a minister or something, but I still want to see a lot of women represented in the government. Yes, and because I just feel like women are just so smart, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. So I know we just spoke a bit about like, political and social structure in Somaliland, but let's bring it back to America for a quick bit. This newly elected like class of representatives is like one of probably the most diverse in the country's history, including like the first 2 Muslim representatives. So what do you think this signals about like the change in like values in America?
I think this shows that despite how many people who are like, against like minorities being represented or like taking opportunities that are here, there are still a lot of people who are good people, and they want to see good things in the world, and they want everyone to be represented. These 2 women were not elected by Muslims. They were elected by all kinds of people in the United States. This country, despite all the hardships and hate and everything, there are still human beings who want good things.
Most people sometimes really play down like the role of representation. Like, as you said, like it's important that, people who look like us are like represented in the government of this country, because that we do exist here. So, yep, I do agree that's like a really important point. And good does still exist, even in the midst of the hate. I agree with you, good always exists.
I want to learn how to play basketball. Like,
Whoa.
yeah, I love basketball. I'm taking the basketball class. There are some advanced people, and it's, oh my God, it's difficult. You're playing with people who know how to play, who know the rules. But I liked it. I enjoy it. I fell a couple times, and it was painful.
We fall, but we get up.
Yeah, but my team is winning, and I scored twice, which is good.
I think I'm gonna learn how to do boxing. Wow. There's a boxing club here. Like, I'm on the listserv. I signed up for it, but like I just never went. But I would love to learn how to like box. Like, I think that'd be cool. What type of music do you listen to?
That's a good question. So before, I used to not like classical music, but nowadays I see myself listening.
It's like your Beethoven and like your Mozart. Those are all I know. The classical artists.
I also like Sia. I don't know, her songs they have meaning into it.
Yes.
So I don't know. Maybe
So,
I look for new things. That's why.
She is good.
Yeah.
Really, like she's a hit maker. She knows how to churn them out, hit after hit. Yeah. Pretty much sure.
I had Android before I got this. I like
Me
this
too.
better.
You like it better?
Yeah.
I like the interface
Uh-huh.
of Apple, like so how it looks. I think what I like of like Android is like I don't know, it was just like more functional. Like in settings, like I could like download music onto like my phone. I mean, you can do that with like Apple, but like I don't know. I was like Android was more functional, but I think iPhones are just they look nice and they feel nice.
Yeah.
They're pretty.
No, but also in terms of like, I feel like they are faster when it comes to like, when you have apps and things. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So just like thinking about like your values, you're a person who's like really big on faith. Faith has always like played a really important role in your life. So tell me a bit more about that. What was it like growing up as a person who was like so heavily invested into her faith?
So my family are very religious. So I'm coming from a household where like everyone is religious.
Yeah.
Like my two parents are. Despite that, I think me, it was a different thing. I think the connection with my faith, it started in a young age. And it didn't start through my parents. It started me, like just like enjoying reading the Holy Book of Islam, which is the Quran.
Right.
And, you know, just like enjoying the stories of the prophets and the, you know, Quran and reading about them and all that. And then like I always felt that, you know, there was like higher power, like there's still higher power out there. And, you know, as long as I put my trust and, you know, and I do the things that I'm supposed to do, then I will always be protected. And yeah.
Yep, I definitely relate to that. Like, I also grew up in a very religious household. Both my parents were, you know, deeply invested into Christianity. My dad was effectively like a deacon. So, like, he had roles in the church. My mom was, like, also a minister of the church as well. So, since I was born, every single Sunday, like, you know, I had to go to church. Like, I got up, I wanted to sleep. They were like, no, you're going to church. And it was like the opposite for me, you know, it was like never a big thing. Like it felt like it was something that was just being like facilitated through my parents, and I didn't have like a real connection to it. But then I came here and I was on my own, and like I had a sense of freedom, and I was like, whoa, there's no family around me, there's no culture, this sucks. And my faith was where I felt comfortable again, and like I found my place. So, you know, like I feel like I have a deeper connection with my faith that's more individual and like more me focused than parent focused. So for you, since you've come to Brandeis, like how would you say like your faith has changed or even evolved?
It is tough to be Muslim in the United States, but even in college, because there are a lot of things that are normal and okay here, and a lot of college students do, but I won't be able to do it because of the values and, you know, my religious rules that I have to follow. And when you are like the only one who's doing that, or one of the few people who's doing that, it's always tough. But I think for me, what helps me is that I know I'm doing this because I want to do it.
Right, yeah.
And I know I'm doing it because it's something that makes me a better person, and it makes me the person I am. So I can't separate it from myself, you know? And it's to the level that I don't even know what I will be without it. One of the things that I found very difficult being at Brandeis is, you know, I have to explain to people sometimes why I don't do certain things. And that could be tiring. At first, at the beginning, I was like, it's okay, I'm passionate about it, so I will tell people. But then I reached,
you're just like,
I reached to the level where I'm like, again, you know? But that does not discourage me, because at the end of the day, for me, what is important to me is that what do I want, you know? And I think for me, if I do care about what people think of me, I would not be where I am today.
Oh yeah, 100%.
One thing that I really, really like about myself is that I do not care about what people think of me.
Which is important.
As long as I do what I'm supposed to do, I know what I want, that's it. because I know what I have control over is my actions and the way I react to things. It's only myself. That's all I have control over. The way which someone else thinks of me is not something I can change if they don't want to change. Like, I can't just go into their mind and say that's not who I am, or like me, or this, you know? So what I could do is do the things that I have control over and not care, because if I care too much about what people think of me, then...
And you'll achieve nothing.
Yes, because that will have control over me. And that's not something I will ever want to happen.
So just like thinking about like how highly you hold your faith, I know you also hold your family in high regards. Family is a really big thing for you.
They are one of my biggest motivations, especially my younger siblings. My older sister, she's married and she has 6 children. The one who is next to me, she's also married and she has one child. But the 4 youngest, one of them is in college. He's just started college. The other one is in high school. 2 are in intermediate, like middle school. That's what they call, not intermediate. And so, yeah. And one of the things that I promised myself when, you know, I was setting up my goals and things that I want to accomplish in life, one of them that I included is my siblings, especially my younger siblings. And I told myself that I will do anything for them so that they will be able to be independent and that they could do things that they want to do and that they can be the people that they want to be. And I know that just having a person in your life who could help you, just even if they can motivate you or they believe in you, it does make a huge difference. And I want to be there for them. My younger brother, he's in college now, and I think, you know, I work on campus, and it's really tough. I have like 3 jobs.
Yeah, you do.
But sometimes things are worth of, you know, sacrificing a lot of things. And one of the things that I really strive for is to make sure that my family are safe and they have everything they need, like as much as I can help. So I support my brother to like finish like college and do things that he wants. But I also support the bills of I pay some of the bills of my family. And yeah, it's tough, to be honest, just to work 3 jobs and then do college work and all these other things. But then it's worth at the end.
So I know people might look, you know, at you and like hear your story and say, oh, she's killing it. A psychology and economics major, you're doing really well at school, you're working 3 jobs, you're supporting your family back home or helping to support your family back home. And they might say, wow, Sahra is like remarkable. Do you consider yourself remarkable?
I don't think I do consider myself remarkable yet. I will say I do work hard, and I see that I do work hard. And I think that's what I'm supposed to do. Like, what else am I supposed to do? Just sit and not do anything? You know, I have only one life, and I don't know how long this life is gonna go. And if I don't take advantage of that, and I just like, you know, let my laziness and other things overtake me, I don't think, you know, I will, you know, be a person or anything. And I think this is a normal thing that everyone is expected to do, to work hard and, you know, use your potential to the best way that you could use. I know a lot of people who just think, oh my God, I don't want to do this or that. Maybe they have reasons to not do it, but it's a disappointment if you can't take advantage of the things that you're given. Even if you don't believe that God gave you gifts, it's still like whatever you believe, you have things that, you know, you have to use the things, you have your energy, your potential and everything else to the best way that you can. And if you don't, then for the rest of your life you will regret of not doing these things. But yet I don't think I'm doing remarkable things. I think when I will think I'm doing remarkable things, it will be when I do something that changes someone's life and makes it a better person. Like if my brother finishes college, you know, with my help, then that will be, yes, then I will say, okay, I'm remarkable. But I feel like I haven't done something that, especially to me, seems remarkable. All I am doing is what I'm supposed to do to accomplish what I want to accomplish.